Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy winning Wednesday to each and every one of you. I don't know about you all, but where I am, it has been drizzling all day long. And it's just really been kind of gloomy outside. And for some reason, it just kind of messes with me mentally. I try not to allow it to do that, but sometimes it just does. And you kind of get to a place where you just don't really feel like doing anything, but you know you have to persevere anyway. But like I said this morning when I got up, that today is going to be a great day anyhow. I meant that, and it actually has been. So I'm not going to complain at all. Now, it is 65 degrees where I am. And like I said, other than it,
phone book update failed.
Thank you. Other than the fact that it's been drizzling all day, it actually has been a great day. Now, as you can see, I am back with the baseball cap on, and that is because, y'all, my scalp was just itching. I had to get in there. So last night we had the second Thursday. We had one more Thursday of revival this month. And so, of course, I had to keep my hair pulled up because, I had on my little suit. I had on a skirt suit yesterday, and I didn't want to go into church with a baseball cap on. So as soon as I got home, honey, I unwrapped that hair and got the scratching up, and it felt so good. So as you can see, I just have my little puffball here hanging out the back of my hat. And I get my hair done on Friday. Hallelujah. So I'll get it washed, blow dry. This time I'll have it down for 2 weeks. And then I pull it up because I like to alternate. So that's why you all see me looking different every 2 weeks. Now, let's jump into today's topic because I am going to finish up this video. And while it's uploading, I have some editing to do. And then around about 8 o'clock, I'm going to fix me some dinner. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to eat, but I'm going to figure it out. And then, as I do that, I'm going to be watching, y'all know me, a Christmas movie. Hopefully I can get in 2 before I go to bed, but if it's only 1, that's fine too. Now, let's jump into today's topic. Today's topic, I'm going to be sharing some signs with you that you are doing better than you think. Okay, you're doing better than you think. And these are based on, you guessed it, Stoic philosophies. I have 4 to share with you, and then I'm going to bid you good day. So, number 1, you've changed a lot since last year. Change has always been a sign of growth. So never fear change. Instead, be afraid that you'll always stay the same. There was a time, and I would assume that a lot of people still do, but there was a time that I feared change. Good, bad, or indifferent. I just feared change. And the reason is because I was afraid to step out and do something different, or I was afraid for something new to happen because I already knew the thing that I was dealing with. And then as I began to mature, I realized that, you know what? I should be embracing change, not being afraid of it. Because at the end of the day, change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. Let's just keep it all the way real. Change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. So you need to just get that in your mind, okay? You can't stop change. Just like we're getting older, you can do nothing to stop that. Now, you can age gracefully, but you cannot stop the aging process. I don't care what ointments you use, what pills you take. All of us are going to age unless you die young. But I said all of that to say that I want you, as you start to deal with the various changes in your life, regardless of what it is, be it your finances, your job, your relationship, where you live, what you drive, your children, whatever it is, doesn't matter. I want you to embrace it. See, y'all know me, I talk to God and I say, all right, Lord, whatever changes you have in store for me, I know that you're going to be there with me every step of the way. See, what you have to always remember is that you're not going through this change by yourself. God is always going to be there with you. Even if nobody else is, God is always with you as you go through your change. So I just ask God to, well, first of all, as the Bible says, that God is not going to put more on us than we can bear. So I don't worry about that at all. But I just ask God to always be with me as I go through whatever that change may be. Again, good, bad, or indifferent. Don't fear it, embrace it. See, I'm going to say this and I'm going to move on, but so many people miss out on great things because they're afraid of change. And they said, you know what? Yeah, these people over here offered me this job opportunity, but they didn't take it, even though it had the potential to take them further. They were afraid to take it because they felt like, well, if I leave where I am, I don't know what I'm giving up. See, I know where I am. I know the coworkers I have. I know their ups and downs, ins and outs. I know this job. I can do it in my sleep. But if I go over there, I don't know those people. I don't know the job. Will it last? Will I like my coworkers? And the list can go on and on. But in the meantime, you're talking yourself out of something that could have been a huge blessing for you if you had just allowed yourself to embrace change. So that's all I'm saying, you guys. Embrace the change. Number 2, you went through hard times. Going through hardships is actually a good thing. Let me put a pin right there because I can feel it in the room. Somebody is saying, Michelle, have you lost your mind? Since when has going through hard times been a good thing? I didn't say it feels good. I just said that going through hard times can be a good thing. Because if you ever notice that when you go through hard times, what are you doing? You're cleaning the slate. You're cleaning the slate of whatever that thing or those things have been in your life, and you're getting an opportunity to start all over again. Somebody that goes through foreclosure and they lose their home. Yes, they lost that home, but guess what? They've now cleaned the slate. And once they get themselves together financially, they'll be able to start all over again in a new home, in a new neighborhood, with new neighbors, sometimes better neighbors, and better opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? So don't look at me crazy when I say hardships are actually a good thing, because they really can be. Now, it means that you are getting and or growing stronger, even as things are getting harder to deal with. And I say that because if you are listening or watching this video right now and you've gone through some stuff, now I don't know what you've been through and I don't need to know, but if you think about all the stuff that you've been through, the heartaches, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, some of you have lost everything. And you're here listening to this video. Do you know what that means? That means that God brought you through the most darkest times of your life, and you didn't think that you were ever going to be able to make it, but you did. God said, I saw you through that, and I can see you through anything else. So this is why I'm encouraging you that to embrace the hardships, because they will make you stronger. Let me tell you something. As a parent, you don't know strong until you have to take care of your child by yourself, because you don't have help from the other parent. You don't have any other choice. We have to, and I'm not even going to say, I shouldn't even say single moms, because there are some single dads that are raising their, or have had to raise their children as well by themselves. So all I'm saying is that when you are a single parent, you become strong just like this when you have to provide. So that means if you have to go out and get 2 or 3 jobs to be able to take care of that child or those children, you're going to find the strength to be able to do that, because you know that they're counting on you. You can't sit back and say, oh, well, unfortunately, we just can't eat tonight because your mom or your dad didn't give us any food. You've got to put food on that table for you and your children. Number 3, you look for peace over pleasure. More times than not, people look for that next feel good, I like to air quote, hit, which will only take you so far. Peace, however, will last you a very, very long time. So that pretty much is just to say, whenever you are faced with an issue and you have to decide, are you going to take peace over pleasure? Honey, I'm taking peace every time. This is why, here's a perfect example. This is why so many of you all stay in relationships where you're not happy, because of the pleasure that you receive from that individual, when really what you want is peace, but you're afraid to be by yourself. Let me tell you something. I would rather have peace any day than to have to deal with somebody that I couldn't stand. The thought of looking at them just made my bowels want to move. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know about you all, but I've been down that road before, but I digress. Make sure as you go through life that you're looking for peace and not accept just pleasure, because see, pleasure is fleeting. Pleasure is something that you enjoy right now. Pleasure is not guaranteed in the morning. Pleasure says, I meet someone at a club or party or wherever you met this person, and you go home with them and you get a full night of pleasure with this person. You may wake up and they're gone, and probably took some of your stuff with them, but I digress. But they're gone, and you're calling thinking that you all are going to have this relationship, and they're like, yeah, no, I don't think so. That was just a one night stand. So you decided you were going to go with pleasure to be with this person for one night, instead of waiting for God to bring someone in your life that wanted to be a permanent part of your life, that where you could experience peace. Let that sink in. Number 4, last but not least, you learn from your mistakes. Most people run away from their problems, and others like to blame someone or something else. The best thing you can do for yourself is to believe in yourself. Understanding that you have to believe in yourself even when nobody else believes in you. That's powerful right there. And I definitely wanted to end with this one. So let's unpack this a little bit. So most people run away from their problems, and others like to put the blame on someone else or something else. First of all, if you've been around me any length of time, then you know I am always one to listen to you and what you have to say. I'm listening to how you feel, what you're going through. But then when you're done, I want to make sure I have clarity. So I'm going to ask some questions. And one of the questions that I'm always going to ask you is, what did you do? Because people love to tell you what somebody else did, how somebody else made them feel. But they never tell you what they did, or what they did to make them feel the way that they're feeling. Because I can pretty much promise you that whatever it is that you're feeling, yes, that other person did something, but you played a part. You did something as well. Maybe it's something that you didn't do that you should have done. I don't know, and right now doesn't even matter. All I'm saying is stop always wanting to put the blame on somebody else. Take responsibility for the part that you played in that situation. And then the best thing that you can do for yourself is to believe in yourself. It pains me to no end when I talk to people and I believe in them more than they believe in themselves. It really does. It makes me just want to grab them by the shirt and just jack them up and say, what the heck is wrong with you? Never should anybody believe in you more than you believe in yourself. I'm one of these people. I'm going to keep drilling it into you until you start to believe in yourself. Never let anybody believe in you more than you believe in you. See, I believe in me. I may not see whatever that thing is or those things are that I'm looking for, but I believe that I will have them. I believe that if I do my part, God is going to do the rest. I believe that I can be anything that I work my butt off, and Lord knows I have a lot of that to have, because I believe in me. I have never ever sat around waiting and hoping and wishing that other people would believe in me. Why? Because I believe in me. And I've told you all this before. It doesn't matter if anybody else believes in me. It's great when people do, but it doesn't matter to me because I believe in me. And yes, I do appreciate all of you that truly believe in me, but always know that Michelle believes in herself more than anybody else. And then I said, understanding that you have to believe in yourself even when nobody else believes in you, that's real. That is real. You've got to believe in you when nobody else does, because sometimes you are the only cheerleader that you have in your corner. I mean, understand that God is always cheering us on, but sometimes we are all we have, because people don't understand what we're trying to do. They truly don't believe in us, and others just don't give a daggone. You hear me? So you've got to be your biggest cheerleader now, always, and forevermore. You guys, that's it. That's all I have. Hopefully something I said resonates with you and helps you to, what did I say my topic was? Helps you to see that you're doing better than you actually think you are. Because again, it pains me when I see growth in individuals and they don't see it in themselves. It's not always the big things. It's not going to always be the big flashing lights that's going to say, hey, you're doing better. Sometimes it's just going to be small things. And it's these 4 small things. That's not a complete list, but these 4 small things and other things are signs that you're doing better than you actually think you are. See, let me say this. I have to say this. Oftentimes, people think that because they have not arrived and they don't have these big, fancy and flashy things that they want, that they're not better now that they were a year ago. But you are. You're missing out on the small things. So stop waiting for those big neon signs to light up and say, hey, you're doing better. Look, instead, focus on the small things, because all those small things, they're adding up, and they keep adding up and keep adding up. And before you know it, you have arrived. Well, listen to you set your next goal. Okay. So having said that, you guys, that's it. That's all. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome and thank you so very much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you come back on Friday. Please don't forget to check out my playlist. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Having said that, you guys, y'all know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do to change that, because I love each and every one of you. I believe in each and every one of you. Many of you I don't know, I've never met, and I may not ever get a chance to meet, and it's all right, because I still love you, and I still believe in you, and I still want nothing but the best for you. I just need you to want it for yourself as well. If you plan on going out this evening, please have fun wherever you go, whatever you do, have loads of fun. Have fun for me, because as you can hear, my sinuses are acting up, and I'm going to take my stopped up self in the house. And like I said, I have some editing to do, and then I'm going to watch a couple of Christmas movies, and I'm going to bed. So if you're going out to have fun, honey, have fun for me. Just be careful. Be safe and be careful. You know what I always like to tell you, don't come home with nobody you didn't leave with. You meet somebody out, exchange numbers, y'all talk. If you're meeting up someplace, and I know this is a whole nother video for a whole other time, meet someplace. You don't go to their house, they don't need to come to yours. We live in a crazy world, you guys, and that's why I'm always stressing to please be careful as you go out and enjoy yourself. You deserve to have fun. I just want you to be safe and be careful doing it. Love you all to the moon and back, and we'll talk again on Friday.